For thousands of years, one mod has haunted the halls of the Steam Workshop more than any other. Not that one. Not that one. And that mod is vehicles. Under the cover of darkness, I snuck into the home of Vanilla Expanded lead Oskar's house and finally got my hands on it. Vanilla Vehicles Expanded. And now I get to play it before any of you. Thanks though, Oskar, for giving me Vanilla Vehicles Expanded early. And a big thanks to SmashPhil too for the vehicles framework, without which none of this would be possible. Now, this isn't sponsored or anything like that, but I do feel bad about breaking into Oskar's house, tying him up and stealing vehicles early. So I should probably mention that Oskar, SmashPhil, and Rulu, who has made all of these really cool mods before, are working on the game Cursed Crew together. I've done a preview on that somewhere on the channel. You can go find it. And I'll chuck a link to Cursed Crew and VE Patreon down below as like a little consolation prize. Imperial clone worlds are a common sight in the galaxy, mass-producing hussars, high mates, and other sick deviations created for the Stelarchs. But this clone world has been commandeered by a malicious AI network, not only taking control of the cloning facilities to produce exterminators, human-machine assassins, but hijacking the solar system's mech link to control nearby mech hives too. Settlers and Outlander unions have fled, the Imperials have been pushed entirely to the southern island, and denizens of the cloning facilities, incomplete hussars and high mates, have been exiled into the wasteland to fend for themselves, turning confused and feral. The remainder of the populace who aren't out to kill you comprises almost entirely of the scientists that went into hiding. Genies, one and all. They make for poor fighters, but given sufficient time and resources, they make fine mechanators, weapons designers, and even tank builders. Finally, your mission: travel the planet, tap into its deep, rich power sources now used to power the mechanoid and exterminators alike, return with the power cores and detonate an EMP so powerful it sends the whole world back into the Dark Ages. Now, this is roughly the part of the playthrough where I would say if you want to play along, our full Steam Workshop collection, load order, and all the instructions you'll need will be available down below. Except not quite. It'll be somewhat incomplete because, of course, the vehicles mod and framework is not available until tomorrow. I don't know what time tomorrow, but definitely tomorrow. Mabre, the advanced Imperial Knight tasked with bringing justice to this planet and retaking the clone world for the Empire. Phil, Genie? The brains of the operation, or at least overseeing the brains of the operation in perhaps more than one way. And of course, who could forget Algernon Nerding, another genie, but this time big brain filled with how to build tanks. All three of them tasked with reclaiming this planet by any means necessary. Our starting location, an abandoned, rundown Imperial fortress, which we're going to outfit here to produce all of our weapons that we'll need, tanks or otherwise. And of course, the world itself, divided between Imperial power bases, the feral clones that have been released free to roam, and of course, the commandeered cloning facilities themselves. And gifted to us by the Emperor, one single Bulldog tank. Now, I know you're all eager to see the vehicles, I am too, but this is still a difficult playthrough and a difficult biome. We need to make sure we're actually going to survive out here first. At the very bare minimum, let's get the squad to check out the abandoned fortress, see what we've got to work with here. Ooh, a whole armory. Hey, that's quite nice, given that the nerds don't have any guns quite yet. We've got everything we'll need to get horribly murdered. I should clarify, not everything you see is, of course, going to be from vehicles. This is quite a sizable mod pack, but my focus of today is, of course, going to be getting a setup and at least crafting some vehicles, right? I know you all want to see me drive the car. Let me just plant some rice, and then we'll drive the tank as a treat. How about that? The Emperor has gifted us a Bulldog, a Tier 2 tank. There are 3 tiers of vehicles in total. A general battle tank. The Bulldog is an improved combat vehicle that performs well in any engagement, performs better in less favorable terrain with all sides armored, the thinnest plating being at the rear near the engine. Now, that's actually relevant for reasons you'll see in a second. Talks about it being, obviously, an improvement over the Tier 1 vehicles, and you can see what it can take. So 1 driver, 1 gunner, and the fuel type is chem fuel. Now, I would say don't worry about this stats page too much because the health tab tells a very clear story. See the overall integrity, the acceleration rate, the move speed, cargo capacity, and then its general repair rate, but of course you can repair it manually as well, the same as you would with, say, a damaged structure. And then you have a full list of everything inside your tank. You have health, efficiency, and armor of each component. Of course, if you're just using a motorbike or something, the armor stats can be fairly irrelevant. Efficiency, of course, determines how, funnily enough, efficient it is. The same as, say, if your colonist was shot in the arm, and the health, when that starts to take damage, you're going to start losing body integrity. If it reaches 0, it would disintegrate into a fraction of its build cost. So you really want to be very careful with how you manage these. Maybe a retreat is fine. Maybe that's not cowardly, despite what your comment section screams at you and tells you otherwise. If you're new here, I do aesthetics, that's my thing. You can paint the whole tank. You can cover it with patterns, which are recolorable, resizable, rescalable, and then you've got skins, which are kind of a set design that you can slap on. You can still drag that around, change the scale on that too. But patterns let you go so much more in depth with it. I'm gonna go a little crazy with this later on. You can change the different colors from each palette. You can go butt wild, whatever you can think of with everything available here. Let's hop in. That's enough talking. Let's actually get in here. Mabre, you can be the driver. Phil, you can be, I think you can be the gunner. You seem qualified for that. So now that our people are in the tank, we've got full access to absolutely everything. You can see the chem fuel gauge, and of course you can deconstruct it like a regular building without needing people in there. To kickstart the engine though, of course you need a driver. You can also load in some cargo before you get in there, and your cargo tab will be right there. That's obviously from carrying point A to point B like a transport pod. The steel is relevant because of course that's how you reload turrets in Rimworld, right? And that's exactly how you reload this. See, 70 steel, it's 5 steel per shot in this particular tank. You can manually target with the turret, and it's so smooth. That's quite a cool feature. I'm a big fan of that. It gets cooler in a second, you'll see. We can change fire modes. Of course, this tank only has single shot, and you can manually reload there too. And then auto-targeting can be enabled, which is a... Oh, maybe I'll turn that off for the time being. I don't know what you're going to shoot at there, friend. Now for my favorite part. You start it up. You can drive it round like a regular drafted pawn, but then the turret, this is so cool. The turret is totally separate. You pick a point on the map to shoot at, and that thing's just going to keep firing while you strafe around. Let's say, for example, boy, I've realized, you know what? I really hate barrels. While they're aiming at the barrel, you can keep heading on. You see that damn squirrel over there? You see that guy? That guy that's running away? Not anymore, you don't. Let's get you nicely parked up, little tank. Thank you. Thanks for the help. Now, I've also been told, and if I edit this next section out, it's because I'm not allowed to talk about it yet. Oh, and I can see it now. An army of genie who their entire life have been told you can't be fighting. You're too delicate. Totally incapable of helping out whenever the colony's under threat. What if I take, I don't know, 100 of them and put them in tanks? Maybe that'll change things. And that's exactly what I'm hoping we'll find out today. Now, I do want to try and get some vehicles crafted to at least show off the system, show you all how that works. Get some of the basic tier 1 done at the very least. And that's why in this very fancy planet I've set up for us to cause all sorts of chaos in, I've set things up so that we can immediately begin our journey towards basic vehicles. prerequisite is biofuel refining. Of course, before that you need electricity, but I mean, we're from the Empire. I think we've probably got that covered. And of course, I mean, look, it's heavy vehicle industry. I had to throw in vanilla chem fuel expanded. It's the perfect marriage with this. I should clarify, though, this isn't just like a one-off episode preview. I do plan on doing a regular series, as I tend to on this channel. So I'm going to go into it as long as we don't die horribly. Let's get this place organized, eh? Anti-tank guns, you know what? Probably not a bad shout, to be fair. Yeah, I'll get that reinstalled outside somewhere. Let's take all this stuff out of storage and go ahead and set that up, because we're probably going to need a lot of cover. Mabray, very powerful in melee. In fact, let's show off the characters a little bit. We've got Mabray, who is pretty much exclusively a melee expert, a brave, tough brawler. But a brawler probably isn't going to do much compared to say like a tank, hypothetically. Phil, of course, being a genie, very good at crafting and intellectual, and all those kind of big brain things you'd expect from a genie. And then Nerding, another genie, very, very good at crafting. They're going to be the real power behind the throne here. We'll see who's calling you a delicate wimp, Algernon Nerding, when you are in a massive tank. Oh, God, we've already got a lot of pollution problems. My God. Hang on, let's have a... Oh, God. Well, I mean, I knew it was a difficult start, but that's a bit unfortunate. We'll worry about that and your extra thumb later on. That's not a big deal right now. I'm going to turn this into potentially more storage. Let's just open the whole base up. We need a kitchen. We need some sort of recreation area. We're going to need, of course, the actual lab, or a gift. A gift for me. Whoa, my God, thank you. And a person already. A chef. My name is Chef. I do need a chef. Hello there, how you doing? Oh, look at that. Another nerd for my collection. Aralytic Abasia, you know what? I'll defend you with my life, my friend. No man left behind. For God's sake, he's a technophobe. You moron. We're going to be doing loads of high-tech military research here. Oh, for God's sake. Whatever. He's only the chef. Nobody in this colony is really that skilled at construction. Nerding as a natural means she gains experience a lot faster, but loses it a lot quicker too. So we're just gonna have to get on by. Let's hope building all these vehicles will give Nerding enough experience. In hindsight, don't listen to me. That counts as outdoors. I presume because of the Citadel and Braziers. I don't know what I'm doing in this game. 7,000 hours, by the way. Does make for a nice kitchen though, so I'll take that. What do you mean bad temperature? It's only 9 degrees C. Suck it up. Cut into my tank resources. What do you think you're doing? Them people on there. Oh, it's too cold. What's wrong with you? You live in a frigging nuclear wasteland, you weirdos. I'm just going to vent all the rooms together. There you go. Now you can't complain. Everything's fine. That looks pretty good to me. That vents into there. That vents into there. Everybody's happy. Perfect. You get absolutely nothing unlike it, Nerding. You hear me? I like Nerding. I would never. Perfectly normal genie. My Phil, that's a funny looking hazmat suit. We've got to give a shout out to my very favorite Discord moderator, Gareth, who has thrown together a very fancy checklist for me. Number 1, research vehicles. I will never forget anything again. Good God, our first danger. A mad Toxirel. Whereabouts is that? It's miles away. I guess we better send Mabra in that very fancy axe. Is what I would say if I lacked any creativity. What a waste. It's okay, we can get plenty of resources from this nuclear wasteland, I'm sure. There's something majestic about 2 very heavily armored people getting into a tank and using it to destroy a squirrel. This is already the best mod anyone's ever made, and Sarge told me he's making Vanilla Sushi Expanded, so who am I to judge? Oh, Phil, careful. There's bugs outside. Mabray, smash that damn bug. Hey, get out of here. As tempted as I was to fire up the tank, we should probably conserve 1 or 2 resources at least at the start here. We do have the quarry mod, but of course Imperials wouldn't be diving into the quarry mining away. This is, however, a planet full of hussars and high mates, and they were supposed to, you know, serve the Empire. Oh no, we've barely started. Phil and Mabray, oh no. I think I hate everything about that. I really do feel like I'm in some Freudian messages a little bit here. Was Bum Confederation and Intimacy's Forest? I don't like those in that combination, thank you. Now, if you're new here, it is tradition on the channel that I throw it to the comments section. I humble myself before your very sizable brains, nerding-style brains, and I pick my favorites. I'm not just going to pick what's the most voted. I'm going to pick one that has the funniest name, or the best pun, one or the other.
Come what may, nothing can defeat us. Let's do this.
Oh, that's so kind. Mabray inspiring the troops. So while we wait on my good friend Phil the Genie to get our research done, let's go and have a look at the ideology. The reason I haven't mentioned it before is that it's very, very simple. We're a fluid ideology, which means, of course, we can develop to match our needs. All we have is nationalist, because we're supposed to be a bit more militaristic. The one thing I have adjusted, though, is death don't care. I've actually just removed that, because I thought they'd probably develop a sense of camaraderie while they're out here on the front line. We are an ultra-tech faction, or at least we come from the Empire. Research should be faster. Androids should be seen as tools, a mod I still actually haven't played, admittedly. Recreation, disapproved. Of course, they still need it, but we're just not that into it. We accept that we're here to do a job, and we're going to do it right. And pants, shirts, and hats for everybody, because this is militaristic. You should be wearing a uniform. Everything else in the ideology is pretty much just default. We have a leader, moral guide, a surgeon general for a medical specialist, and then a research specialist in the form of a tech friar, and then one single relic. An experimental crypto axe. And I know what you're thinking, I thought it too. I don't recognize that weapon, where does that come from? Well, this was drawn specifically for this series, just to give us more of an incentive to go out there into the world and have a look for some relics, by none other than Rimworld's greatest artist alive, me. I promise it looks better closer up. That's not really doing it justice right there. A signature weapon for our fearless leader. Hey, get off the tank, though. What are you doing? Priceless, currently one-of-a-kind military equipment. You're just climbing over it. Bray. Oh, I love that it actually slows down. You see that as she was climbing over it. What is this? Independent wild woman. Oh my god, it's a feral high mate. Ah, no, these aren't your regular high mates. No. These are feral high mates. Return to nature, so to speak. Robust digestion, high survival instinct, actually capable of combat, but pulling the stinking instinct. Because I'm a cool fella and I've customized it right down to the genes of our enemies and their ideology and the backstory and the planet and the settlements. It took me a long time. It's a wonder I got this done as fast as I did. Phil, come back. The series is called Vanilla Vehicles Expanded. We haven't expanded a single vehicle yet. In fact, all we've really done is expand a squirrel with a vehicle. Expanded it across a very large radius. Now, we should probably all bear in mind that we're probably not going to see the full strength of a tank for a while yet, especially because the first raid in Rimworld is an introductory raid to give you an idea of what you're going to be up against. So, chances are it's going to be a single poorly armed person. Oh. They've sent a 6-year-old. I don't know what I expected. That's actually put tears in my eyes. I promise I'm not laughing at the fact that I just shot a 6-year-old with a tank. Oh my god, we're off to a good start, aren't we? Wow. Oh. Genuinely made me lightheaded. Oh, shit. Yeah, good work, team. Let's stop for some dinner. We actually want to tame you? You've got very good intellectual. Oh. You've also got very good mining, I can't help but notice. Anybody good at training feral cat people? 7 in animals, balls. Okay. That's going to have to be something we keep an eye out for later on. We might get lucky, and one of the genies that spawn in might just have the right combination of passions to make this work. Even if we have to do a little training up, you know, on toxic squirrels or some other very, very explosive animal. You know, I thought this was a little weird at first, but who am I to stand in between the love of a enormous warrior woman and a genie? Ideology forbids. Thank God. Thank God is all I can say. You gotta remain strictly professional. You can't have this guy. We should give Mabray the bigger bed though, because she's like, you know, the bigger, more powerful person. Let's just turn some wood into chem fuel. I think that's not a terrible idea. So we've got 100 chem fuel. Can we do that now? Like, go straight away? There you go. Okay. You know what, Phil? Get to work. I can't have this tank running dry, okay? How else would I fight all these squirrels and 7-year-olds? Biofuel refining. There we go. Eventually, of course, we'll set up deep chem. We won't worry about that today. There is one thing I want today and one thing only. I've got semi-random research because I love semi-random research. It's good for, you know, that kind of slower burn, more development over time. I am looking for basic vehicles, though. Don't let me down. Oh, god damn you. Shit, there's another... Oh, there's 2 more wild people. Ape. That's clearly a cat, but okay, I'll let you... Desperate. Desperate high mate. Hello. Construction 8. Ooh. God, I wish I had someone with animal handling. Is our best character Mabray? Mabray, I'm going to have to get you to go tame a squirrel, aren't I? Oh, God, raccoons? That's still 7 in animals. Oh, God. Oh, Phil. He'll conduct research 5 times as fast. Oh, what are you doing then? What are you doing right now? Cloud watching. Okay, I'll allow it. It's not quite work time yet. Oh, look at this man fly. Ooh, thrombos. Oh. Thrombos. Do you think God stays in heaven for fear of what he's created? Die. Oh my god, that's not actually doing as much damage as I expected. It was a great test of the tank to get a feeling for it. They are going for my machine gun turret. Please be careful. Oh my god, there's a lot of steel I'm wasting on this. Ah! Got it. Nice work. Don't fire. We're actually totally out of steel. We're totally out of steel, so let's make sure we refuel that. Otherwise, when, you know, like an actual threat turns up, no doubt I'm not going to be able to defend us. Well done, squad. Well done. Great work. Hey, I'll get that refueled. You finish off that thrombo. Let's get some eating going. It turns out you can make these indoors by replacing walls with just regular walls. Who could have guessed? These normally can't be destroyed or taken apart or anything like that. I think because of the replace stuff mod, it's kind of letting us get away with it. I'm just going to take it as a win. There you go. Hunt in style with this one simple trick. Sadly for all of you, though, Mabray is our chef. She has 2 cooking. That's the best we've got in this colony. Oh, Phil. Come on now. You don't need to eat that raw meat. A genie like you couldn't handle such a disgusting meal. I'm starving to a hearty dinner. Look at that. What a tight-knit, well-run colony, huh? Phil, you know we love to see it. Show me vehicles. I mean, batteries. Okay, there's an argument for that. Come on, show me vehicles, Phil. Phil! Oh, this does lead to microelectronics, so I can't complain. What the hell is even that? Where did you get that? Where did you get that? Please don't bring rotting animals into the freezer. What's wrong with you? Just because I didn't tell you not to doesn't mean you should, you little weirdo. An Imperial trader. I'm afraid I haven't really got much to trade, but we'll have a look, see what they've got. The advanced components, though. Ooh, I'd really like that. I'll sell you. Look, I'll be honest, I'm probably not going to use this wake up in a hurry, so you can have that. Oh, I could see Phil holding it right now. I don't think I could really scrape together 4,000 silver. It's a gamble, but I'm gonna sell them some of the antibiotics, the wake-up cloth, and a few high explosive shells. Feel like we got that covered with the tank. Instead, I'm gonna buy steel, advanced components, and a tough skin gland as an upgrade to Mabray. And Mabray's a dame. That was mainly so we had someone to trade with, to be honest with you, because we haven't really got many friends out here on this planet. But we're probably not going to do anything with the royalty system. Might as well take the permits, though. Steel and... You know, laborers working in a quarry might be a good way to kickstart some of these vehicles. I just used the last of our steel building a second research bench, so this would make a lot of sense. There we go. I think it's 100 for the little steel quarry, and we can build it over here on top of a steel that's already there. Oh, shit, we need to build a bridge. Oh, okay. Fine, that works kind of perfectly there. We just need somebody to take out the starting ore. Mabray, you're up, my friend. Okay, this looks a bit of a stronger raid. Oh my god, it's the exterminators. Exceptionally powerful melee characters that we need to keep our distance against, and luckily I have just the thing, believe it or not. You know what, Phil? Let's just go pick them up. Otherwise, by the time they get there, I think the other 3 will have closed in. Oh no, they're going to hang around for a while. That's very polite of them. You know, I said I was going to refuel the tank and then didn't. Well, these things happen, don't they? Anytime now, Mabray. It's not like we have 3 murderous death bots hanging around nearby. Oh god. Okay, that was close. We're all fine. Hey, reload. I'm gonna turn on auto aim. I'm just gonna let the turret live its best life. Get him, tank. Wow, they are very powerful little fellas, those exterminator bots. Not main turret. I'm assuming direct control. Let's go ahead and shoot. I'll shoot the 2 attacking my other turret. The other one's damaged enough. I think we probably don't have to worry about it. Ooh, good hit. No, we'll make this whole thing a lot smoother. Probably like 2 tanks, maybe 3 tanks. Hey, those are chainsaw hands of yours. They don't happen to make for good mining, do they? Well done, squad. Oh, no, you can stop firing. Sorry, don't manually fire at anything. Thank you. Who trusted me with a whole tank? Worth mentioning, of course, the exterminated bots are deathless. They're going to lie there and regenerate unless we stop them. I could capture them. Are you good at mining? This doesn't seem like the safest idea in hindsight. They're very skilled, though. And you've got 10 animals. Oh, no. Am I about to capture horrifying death bots to be put to good use? I suppose I am, aren't I? If we put them in here, I am going to have to manually fish meals out of there for our prisoners. Our people, sorry. Otherwise, it'll be reserved for the prisoners. Okay, so maybe I forgot to give them meals. Okay, 1 or 2 days without a meal isn't that bad. It's character building. Phil, you beautiful man. I don't like the fact that we can build a bang bus, but of course, we're absolutely going to. This is the first step to unlocking everything. All of your constituent components, car alternators, exhaust, suspension, wheels, engine blocks, and a workbench to do it all. The garage bench and some cabinets there. Works very, very similar to a fabrication bench, but for all your vehicle-related stuff. Marriage is on. We've been here, like, what, 3 days? we've been here a month. We've been here 15 days. And you want to get married. How is any of this being romantic at all? Been attacked by exterminated deathbots, ran out of food, killed an endangered animal, and then sent a child to orbit. What about this screams romance, Phil? Disclaimer, I don't normally play with the quarry mod because it's very, 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 very broken. However, I want to see the vehicles faster. The same vehicles that I've been promised for years and years and years now. Phil, my genie friend. Where are my vehicles, Phil? It's just occurred to me it's an enormous coincidence that Phil, the man that's bringing us vehicles, is not named after Phil, the man that's bringing us vehicles. A happy coincidence. Believe it or not, this guy's from a previous series. You don't have to have watched it. It's not relevant. It's just worth pointing out. Oh, nerding. I'm sorry, but we need the food. I'm so sorry. Maybe hazmat suits are on the menu. And poetically, in time for the acid smog to roll in and grace us, we have finally finished basic vehicles. Oh my god, and we've immediately got combat vehicles. Hey! I've got to try and build a plane too, right? I guess it's garage building time. Mabray, how much steel have you got, my friend? 610 plus the 132 we've already got. What do you think? Slap it down like that, door on the front like that. And perfect. Now, I promise that we're going to build every single one of these. Bang bus, dinghy. Oh, we've got to build it on shallow water. You know what? Fine, I'll make that sacrifice for you, okay? I said we were going to build all of them. We've got dirt bike, the frog, which is effectively like a reusable transport pod. Highwayman, mule, which can carry a whole bunch of stuff to different places. Great for caravanning, of course. Prowlers for speed. Roadkill for a bit more defensive power. And then a traveler. Main important thing, though. Garage bench. Let's slap one of those down. It's 8 components, 220 steel, so slightly cheaper than a fabrication bench, but we've got to be careful. We're kind of running a little low on components right now. Cabinets are kind of around the cost of your standard linkable. I'm not going to build them for the time being, though. I don't think we need that work speed. Eventually, when we're building the much bigger machines that require so many more of the constituent components, sure, why not? Algernon nerding. You monster. There we go. I suppose we could just go ahead and queue up one of each. Well, except for wheels, which I presume you'll probably need more than one. I'm not an engineer, in case you can't tell. We'll focus on building a variety of different stuff to start off with. So, of course, I've got to slap down a dirt bike, haven't I? We've already got a tank, and even though I will build a roadkill eventually, for the time being, I'm not gonna rush into that one. Let's throw down like a mule for the transport. And actually, a reusable transport pod's going to be amazing this time around. It's almost like I did this on purpose, haha. Because would you look at that, the Imperials are on a whole other continent that we can't traditionally caravan over to. Step 1 of getting every vehicle in the game is pretty much complete. Hey, would you look at that? I can tick another thing off my list. Sarah is on penal labor. Okay, I just need you all to remember, we're the good guys here, okay? This is important to making sure we can save the planet. I said I'd build a vehicle today. I think we can probably just about eke out the dirt bike. That'll also look amazing with Phil on the back of it. Oh, that's so lovely. That's so... Phil. Hang on a minute, this man isn't a genie at all. I just realized they swapped hats. Fine, go on. No one's going to question at this point, are they? It's a bit late for that. Looks like we're going to be able to make everything but the engine block. We need a small amount of silver and a few more components. Obviously, we can just craft those. Got the silver we got from that child. When are they going to send me more 6-year-olds to shoot with my tank? Remind me, why didn't this get certified in Australia again? I can trade caravan. Hey, you might bail me out here. That's fine, that's fine. We can always craft the last one. Here, take some high explosive shells. I need a little silver too, if that's okay. I'll sell some uranium. Nerding, get me my damn dirt bike. Hurry, nerding. The deserter. No, I don't need your damn deserter. These Imperials have helped us build this bike. Finished engine block. There we go. And in theory, with all of that, that's everything we need for the dirt bike. Oh, no, I lied. We need a second suspension. Have we got enough for that? Are we good on the suspension front? Yes. No! That's amazing timing. All that build-up. Thank you, nerding. And boom. One dirt bike. Hey, thanks for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed the beginning of what's going to be a very, very long-term vehicles playthrough. I intend on building everything this mod has to offer, and we have barely even scratched the surface. I'm in this for the long haul. I think this is going to be so fun when we get to those... When we finally get some actual recruits and not just kind of the generic faceless robots that we're dragging into the colony here. When we're able to build a dozen tanks and we get a dozen genies and we're out there in the world either attacking bases with all of these massive weapons, whether we're using helicopters to fly around the map and carry resources, bring stuff back, or building some enormous deep chem refinery to keep it all fueled, multiple garages, maybe even a proper little military area where we keep the tanks stored. I'm not sure. There's so much I can do with this. And more importantly, I've optimized the ever-loving fuck out of this mod pack. So this is going to be rock solid the entire time. Now, if you're new here, I don't do sponsorships or get you to press the like button or any of that YouTube bollocks that we have to do in 2023. Normally, this is the point where I shout at my own patrons for keeping the channel going. However, I hope on this one occasion they'll allow me the indulgence to throw up again that link to the Vanilla Expanded Patreon, Cursed Crew. I mean, what can I say? This has so much potential. This is like a whole new expansion pack that we're just being handed for free. I'm not only excited just to start the next episode, which is, I will admit, you know, this is still my job. A lot of times I'm like, thank God that's over. No, thank God. Okay, whoa, that comes on a bit strong. A lot of times I'm like, that was a fun episode. Glad it's ended. Let's get on with the rest of my day now. But today, I just want to play more. What can I say? So I'm probably going to move straight on to the next episode, to be honest with you, just so I can build more vehicles. This is amazing. It's amazing work. So please go check them out. Again, do support it if you can, because we're being given arguably one of the highest quality products this game has ever received. So take a look. And there's only even more stuff to come, not to mention all the other mods that I'm sure will support it eventually. Thank you for joining me. Hey, come back tomorrow. I do this every day for some reason.